Hey Muleys, so the final section of config properties, we have them environmentalized. We have our hard-coded values externalized into properties. Everything is nice. Now the problem is when we deal, and usually that's what we use properties files for, is various connection information. And connection information has sensitive data like your credentials. So it's very important to be able to hide your sensitive data. Mule offers special module that allows encrypting your properties. So let's enhance our example with some secure properties. For that, right-click on your project, go to Mule, Manage Modules. Press Add Modules button and search for Secure. You will see Secure Configuration here. Just Edit, Finish, Apply and Close. Alright, at this point you will be able to see the Secure Properties module on the left here. So let's switch to our config. Remember, config we use for all the connector module configurations. Click Create, type Secure. There you go. Now, it's based on same kind of idea as regular configuration properties. In addition, it just has the encryption algorithm and the key. Key is basically your secret, your password to encrypt the value. So for file, we're gonna specify the same exact value as we have for regular configuration properties. And yes, you can point same properties file to secure properties config, so it will combine both encryption and plain text. And let's set the key. And let's, just in case, we'll set the key to come from another VM argument. Call it key. Let's change algorithm to blowfish to make our password a little more simple. And press OK. Let's look at the XML view. As you see, very similar. We have file, we have key, and we have algorithm set as blowfish. Okay, let's save it. Now, time to test this. Let's open local properties and add another value called secret, and the secret will be secret. Alright. Now we're gonna use that special plugin that we installed at the very beginning, the first Mulesoft Anypoint Studio setup video. So we're gonna say open with Mule Properties Editor. Alright, you see it here. Double click on your key that you want to encrypt. So this is our value, secret. Say encrypt, specify blowfish as encryption algorithm, and provide the password. So as a password, I typed the word password. Okay, very fancy. So what you see now is the value changed to some obfuscated value. So that's actually an encrypted value based on your password that you supplied. Once again, password, or I should say probably key, because in the configuration it's named key, is password, all lowercase password. All right, let's save this. And obviously you always want to keep your properties in sync. So across all environments, at least the keys need to match. Obviously values for local and dev, if that's database and you have local database and development database, the values will be different. Okay, and now how do we prove that this actually works? We're gonna modify our data weave example with the actual value. Now look here, we have an issue, and I bet you it's metadata propagation. Why? Because we're using configuration properties, and now we have additional property, additional VM argument key, because at this point Studio wants to help us, and it wants to figure out what kind of properties we are encrypting, and it doesn't know what the key value is. So this is especially for metadata. Say you have database credentials, and Studio is supposed to fetch your metadata from that local database. In our case, default is local. It cannot decrypt your property files because you don't have this key provided. Without this key, it's not able to decrypt and get your values, so you will not get the database metadata. Right? Makes sense? So it needs to know how to decrypt your file in order to fetch your database data. In our case, it's trying to get that secret, and it can't because there is no key. So what do? We define another global property. Yes. So let's do it this way. We're gonna copy it, paste it, agree, because we want to always generate unique doc IDs, and I'm gonna call it key. And the value, as I mentioned before, is gonna be just password. And let's make sure that we name them nicely. env and key, so we know what they are. Let's look here. There you go. Let's switch to our flow. Now, no issues. Metadata is propagated and Studio is able to decrypt. Let's add another property here. Call it secure value. And we're gonna do the same thing as above. We're gonna use that property function to read value of your secret property, but this is not gonna work because when you use encrypted values and you want to look up that value using p function, you need to reference it with a special word secure double colon. So this will actually take the value of secret, decrypt it, and show it here. Saving it. Let's test. Okay, as you see, the value comes back as secret.